Hi there friends, and welcome to episode 27 of the tutorial Sect. I'm Icon, and today we will build a wonder. I got all the necessary parts now for the mini universe, and we are capable of building that thing. So I've taken the liberty of doing some grind between the two episodes here, and what I did was visiting Mount Kunlun until I have finally unlocked Drake Cave. Drake Cave has a very similar drop table to Mount Kunlun, but it also includes Ochre Essence, which is a spirit root. But most importantly, I always had the impression as if the drop chance of that was higher than at the main spot. Just like with the Phoenix Wood, I always had the impression that the Phoenix Wood drops way more often than the Mistwood Forest. Also, another noteworthy comment there, somebody mentioned that sometimes these sects also sell one holy stone just like that. The important thing there is that this is, according to my sources, a deal where you won't be even needing connection for that. So the sects have two sorts of inventory. Something which they always sell, for example, here in Mount Pitfall, you will always find these elixirs which boost one stat by 30%. They always have those. And they also have a variable assortment of items which will refresh, as far as I know, roughly with every merchant visit. I'm honestly not that sure. So here, that's one holy stone. I really don't know if it can show up without needing connection and favor, but yeah, just wanted to share that because it sounded like a good piece of advice. And what I also did in between was finishing Pooh Ching Ching's secret bodies. Left and right have now quite some firepower compared to before. And now we're going to start and pull up these other techniques. My goal is just to fill that experience bar here in the first place. Now, but another thing which is really important, which I want to take care of, is of course the mini universe. So let's get started there. Helion is bringing the Holy Stone back home right now, so we're just gonna wait a moment for her here. There we go. And group of crazy bulls showed up. Okay, so whenever that happens and you can't see them, just pick your dog and put him on attack. Funnily enough, you can select them because when the cursor turns green, you can click them there. Don't ask me why. Okay, dog is butchering. I'll let him. Quite grateful for that. Okay, there we go. And Bangju's adventures don't need to lead there anymore either. We can't change that now. Our food consumption, though, is pretty big these days. We keep hauling in meat from the neighboring village, but somehow it's always just gone. Refugees will be served food. Wait a sec, Helion. We're not supposed to go for another adventure here. Recall. Now, the Holy Stone. Where is it at? Oh, I got lots of Go games. Nice. Here. There's the Holy Stone. And as you can see, it's also a chi gathering material of the earthen element. But, you know, earth chi gatherers, they're not exactly that hard to come by. And if we check out the mini universe now, you see that we need a Holy Stone block and not a Holy Stone as a whole, so you need to chop that up in the Stoneworks and create yourselves Holy Stone blocks, which are one of the most insanely costly materials to use for crafting. So 23k, wow, that's good. So here we got central plane. So you see here the social skill and all that wasn't too high. Sometimes these were 24k followers. What I'm trying to say is sometimes you just get insanely high amounts of followers without really doing anything in a particularly special fashion. Okay, so Bangju now has to drop the crystal there because we need it now. Okay. Let's tell her to drop that thing. Here we go. Now, with all these things being produced, well, we still need to wait for the holy stone block, but that's going to be done in a second. Well, I think it's going to take a little bit longer than a second, but here goes the mini universe. As you see, it's a pretty large building, and I'd strongly advise you to put it somewhere where you can keep it safe. It would be a shame if somebody came and banged it down. Okay, there goes the holy stone blocks. So here we go. These are also chi gatherers, so just want to mention that, but honestly, I never used them out of simple reasons. We never needed that. When I was at that point where I needed stuff like that, and where I could have used stuff like that, you should have better things than that. So now we're going to feed Hellion with more inspiration because she needs to buff up my Shendao cultivator to be. And right now her maximum chi is not right there yet. Also keep in mind that these spirit roots are massively empowering your cultivation and also building the spirit universe. The mini universe takes quite some time. That's another thing. Alright, so Hellion gathered a lot of XP there, and also I want to send Bangju back to perma adventuring to Porktown. It's one of my favorite ways to get people to their breakthroughs, but I am living under the impression that if somebody has an adventure breakthrough, they do finish that faster the more far away the adventure trips are. So I got the impression as if the game actually counts how much time you are on adventure and not how often you are on adventure. Just my impression so far. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Now, well, as you see, this just takes some time. Let's get back to Hellion. She has now some XP available, and she's still not at the threshold of 150,000 chi to cast that spell. Now, let's see what we can do here for her. Let's search for chi keyword, and I'm now looking for skills especially that are linked to higher states of being. So here, max chi modified by 2,500%. Well, that's actually a spellcaster technique, so we're going to put that aside. So, smelting hard, well, no thanks. 4,000%. That's something. It might be even counteractive, but 4,000% is amazing. Let's see, this is what we needed. 216 grand now. So Hellion is now finally capable of doing what she has to. So let's breathe in the dragon feces atmosphere, and let's head back to Chin Ching, because he has still quite a lot of work to do. His remolding is not finished yet, and we're going to help him here. So we need in the thigh bones, steel bones. Okay, got it, man. So just want to mention that here the timers got lowered again. Like the timers are at 27 seconds or something like that. Whereas with my other body parts, which have already more levels of cultivation there, it needs around 50 seconds. So that's something which is quite cool to know, because this means you can grind those these XP here just as long as you want to. So we're just going to roll until we got what we want to. So at this point, you see, Cursed Feng Shui Essence will increase the chance of getting that steel bone upgrade by a lot. But as you see here, you just need to be patient and then you'll get it as well. But basically, that's what essences are good for. Sometimes you're just outright lucky. And another really mentionable comment there to really help me out was, whenever you cancel a remolding, the stamina invested is lost. So just don't cancel these processes too often if you can. Or be aware that you lose progress while you do so. So now we got that new technique here. Heavenly Shield Lag Right. And of course we're going to do that on the other side as well. And every time you learn some new skill, don't forget to equip them. So this thing also has attack power. I'm now really interested in one question. My attack power is 1240. If I equip that, so it's still 1240. The defensive techniques don't yield extra attack power, at least not visibly. I'd really like to know if that attack power in there has any impact on his actual fighting skill or not. I highly doubt that it does, but I'd love to know an opinion from somebody who knows more about body cultivation than me. So, Jinjing, I really like to see their cultivation XP while they do this. All right. So we're just entertaining ourselves until the mini universe is being built, and also I love those mini spotlights on body cultivation here, so that we're going to proceed here bit by bit. I think I've never found a building in the game so far that had more building time than the mini universe. I think it is the item with the highest building time. So tempered bones, what do they do? Power, secret body, but it also increases the physical cultivator's strength, lifespan, and appetite. Okay. Always that appetite. That's one thing which is actually the big downside of your physical cultivators. The more you pump them up, the hungrier they grow. I've heard several reports of people that effectively created a cultivator that just ate up their whole colony. So you gotta be really careful with that. The more you cultivate them, the hungrier they grow. Which is a fun mechanic to make sure that it doesn't get too easy. So Helion, though. Helion now is at the point where she can teach people to be more than they are. So if I remember correctly, Juna was the person that I wanted to have, and she was lacking the necessary intelligence of 8. The Shendao cultivation demands at some point a intelligence rating of 8, so therefore that's why we're doing that. And enlightenment costs you 150,000 chi and 60 years of lifespan, but believe me when I tell you, it's worth it all along. So she now has a rating of 6, and that ritual just takes a while, but we're going to get back to her once she's done with that. Meanwhile, we just see what our body cultivator will do. So, steel bones, well, we're still missing the lucky roll there. There we go. And onwards. Now, we finished that ritual, and now Juna has a rating of 7.2. That's an increase of 20%. The only thing we would need now would be an item to increase her stats with. Some 10% stat increaser would be ideal. So let's see. We got a Mortal Relic auction, so let's go and see what we can dig out there. Probably we'll find some stat increasers there. Once your sect has grown rich enough, you do really good when you try to pick these events up whenever you can. Because I personally have found most of my really cool items during the auctions, honestly. So here we go. And now the next level of that, or the first level of that, has been unlocked. And as usual, don't forget to equip it, otherwise they won't use it. So let's cancel that. And what do we have here? Directional Concord measure. I have no clue what that's supposed to be. Both arms as a core, and excels at suppressing the enemy's artifact. Now that sounds boring. Stark root legs. Okay. So, whatever. I got no clue what that's supposed to do for me. So we're instead gonna pump up our fighting power a little bit more. At least there I know what it's good for. Okay, let's go. Let's wait for Helion to get her adventure done. It'll be fast, promise. The sharpened bone increases the attack power quite substantially too. And at this point, I do enjoy to have a quite powerful fighter there. Because one thing is really cool about body cultivators, they don't need all the different materials, setups, and complicated things. They are basically way easier to cultivate than a Jandao one. So, I already see something here. So, the Eternity Pill will be definitely a item that I buy. Lightning Pill, not too interested. Sun Pill increases max chi, pretty interesting thing. And so here we go. And that Holy Essence is also something which we would want to have. Phoenix Wood, usually I'd buy that. So I've never shown you guys here how an auction works, so we're going to get over that real quick. So it's pretty simple. You just wait until it's your turn, and then you can increase the bets, and, well, the other dudes will either pass or increase, and last man standing thing. So we're going to give up that round, though, because I'm not interested in gaining a Serenity Soul Gem real costy. Neither am I interested in gaining a Spirit Soul Gem real costy. But, well, to some degree you need to know if you need those items and how much they are roughly worth. Otherwise, you're quite easily being ripped off in terms of money. So that Eternity Pill. So here I'm going to show once how this works, and then we're going to do the rest behind the scenes. You see here, this is already quite costly. Eternity Pills are pretty desirable items, and I've personally made the experience, if one of those people here shoots into the competition with a very, very high pricing, just increase ever so slightly. If they all go with very low prices, it speeds up the process to just pump in 1,000 Spirit Stones, if you know that it's roughly going to be worth that, and just toss out the rest of the competition really, just quicker. Because one of the real most annoying things here is, oh, we want that because it is a stamina thing. One of the most annoying things here is that you can't speed up how long it takes until people take their action, And here, for example, the Resin Essence. Sure, I'm buying it more costly than than people think it's worth, but I don't care. I got enough money, and we'll just get that back. So, yeah. Let's fast forward that. That's all you need to know about the auction, as a matter of fact. Okay. So I decided to pick up the Purity Pill as well, because I love items that can stabilize a mental state. That's just a pill of mental state. And the Holy Essence and the Eternity Pill will help us to increase the stats of Juna to a point where we can work with her. So another thing that I want to do now is I want to pump more experience into Alien here to make sure that she can learn the other stat increasing rituals as well, because I feel like that's going to be very, very important for us. And oh, wait a sec, yeah. So now, if you are insecure about things and how they work, always just save your game and reload after that if something really bad happens. Medicines can sometimes be weird, and I got no clue, for example, what happens if some mortal being eats a holy essence. I've never tried that, and I want to make sure that it doesn't blow up my person here. There we go. It didn't blow her up. It did exactly what I hoped it would do. So we're now going to eat that Eternity Pill on top of that. And then Juna got the necessary stats, and she's finally ready for initiation. But we're not going to initiate a Shendao Cultivator in this episode today, because, you know, one topic per episode. We don't want to overdo it at that point. But she's now ready, and I'm really excited that we can now finally get into that topic. So, oh, I skipped that shape-shifting bone. That sounded interesting. What the heck? Why the heck is this bone shape-shifting? Or did I misread that? Okay. So, we're going to keep doing that. Okay. So Halion, with all that extra XP, she should be able to improve the bodies of people. And the thing here is, I do intend to apply all the other rituals on Juna as well, if possible. Because at the end of the day, there's never ever going to be some point where I think like, oh man, I wish that Shendao Cultivator would have been worse. Because as far as I know, Shendao cultivators, they don't reincarnate as Jandaos do. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm not aware of that. I've never reached higher states of cultivation with the Shendao dudes, but I understood enough about the system to pick it up in this series here as well. Don't you worry, but I gotta get there. Now, let's see. Does this work if I put in 20% into search thingy? So, pro tip. So, I do know that these thingies all increase the stats of somebody by 20%, and the catchphrase of 20% showed me bodily remolding, third eye, and marrow sanitization, which are these 3 big rituals which increase stats. So I didn't know if that was possible. It was just a idea. You guys can keep that, because one of the biggest issues in this game for me keeps being the sheer amount of things that you can do. All right, so my body cultivator is out of stamina now. So he's going to have to wait, and we got ourselves a mandate. So let's just get over there and check it out. It's over at the Great Desert. So definitely going to send my people over here, because you know the drill. Check out if you can learn it. If not, smash it. Until then, well, building the mini-universe, as you see here, takes forever. We're slowly getting it done, and after that mandate, I'll fast forward, actually, into that topic, because I feel like otherwise things might take too long. So, a thick fog has started to form. Oh yeah, that thick fog reminds me of another thing. I did cover the Tribulation topic lately, and oh, it's the Myriad artifact law. So Helion couldn't learn it. Somebody pointed out in the comment section something which I had no clue about. When facing tribulations, you can also influence the weather to counter the element of the Tribulation. When you do this, you will lower the damage of the Tribulation. So basically what that means, if you have a wood type Tribulation, fire a metal type weather on it. I had no clue that this was a thing, but since Feng Shui is a absolutely omnipresent principle in this game, I'm not too surprised about it. So we didn't get the myriad artifacts there either. No, one fa. Why, you're actually hurt. And Bangju finally did her breakthrough. Good stuff. Boil, bone pain. Okay, dude. Alright, so since we have not succeeded at grabbing that mandate, I'm going to send Alien over there to smash it. And we're going to do this with the good old save and reload method. So I'm just going to wait until Alien has passed a couple of meters there. Mini-universe at 60%. Okay. And yeah, we're... a sneak attack from the Kunlun Palace dudes. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to pause that video and I'm going to grab that mandate and fast forward a bit until the completion of the mini-universe. Now, we obtained that law and I wanted to pause, wanted to continue the video at that point because we have now not only acquired that law, which is a wood law, and we also got the next level of our sect. So you get a new suffix there. So we're going to be the tutorial order because I like that. And this also means that from this point on, you are at the highest level of sect reputation, which means you've unlocked more disciples and also the honor of being attacked by the biggest enemies out there. Also, you have gained access to pretty much all the buildings in the game. And yeah, 36 disciples can't be controlled now. So if you ever dreamt of building your own Chinese sweatshop, that's now's the time to go. Alright, jokes aside, we're now going to be attacked one more time, and I want to showcase for a second here what our body cultivator can do at this point already. So, dog goes in. Let's make sure dog does tag everybody. Well, that doesn't matter. And now we take the body cultivator, and let's check out Wang Cheng. Body cultivator comes in, and a couple of seconds later, there's only bodies on the ground. And this guy is not even strong yet. Qin Qing is just at the start of his career, basically. Okay, so I'm going to skip forward the last 20% of that, and also I'm going to transcribe that myriad artifact law in between. And there we are, it's finally done. The mini-universe, our own wonder, the unique trademark move of the Tagi sect. So this thing brings your sect into an entirely new age of existence. You can put into this thing whatever you want in terms of basic goods. You will see here whatever can be stored in there. These items can be stored in an infinite amount inside the mini-universe. All you need to do is push the button acquisition and all that stuff magically zooshes into there. And the most beautiful thing is, whenever one of your people now starts to work somewhere and needs a certain resource, as you see here, you see those yellow lines? The mini-universe delivers the items to your people directly. They don't have any logistics hassle anymore. So this pumps up the effectivity of your sect by a ton. And that's why I personally think that rushing towards the mini-universe is a really, really good thing. And really, really, really much worth the ordeal. Although, well, the hardest parts for me always have been the Phoenix Wood and the Holy Stone. So I think, well, I've given you enough ideas how to pull it off, so we should be golden with that. And that marks the end of today's episode. I didn't touch the myriad artifacts law now, except for transcribing it, because I wanted to make this law more of a topic in the upcoming episode. Because I personally feel like that's a big topic. We can combine wood cultivation with artifact creation, which brings up a really, really good opportunity for the next episode. And while I'm there, I'm also going to explain how that law works, and we're slowly going to work towards the sub-spirit topic, which has been mentioned a couple of times in the comment section already, and it's time that we get deeper into that topic. Okay, friends, so that was the mini-universe episode. Hope you guys liked it. Drop your comments down below. Ask away if there are any questions. I'd be delighted to answer them. And as usual, leave a thumbs up on that video if you enjoyed it to make it more visible to everybody else. And check out my channel. Daily videos happening there. Just subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and you will stay informed. See you guys next time. Goodbye.